Hello and welcome to the Rapido TZ, the Rapido modded Bambu. First we begin with the silicon stock, therefore you need for some silicon from Troll Factory. We printed out our parts, then we fit them together with some M3 screws. So here you see the small hole where you put a screwdriver in to fix it, and then you screw the top. And then let's continue, and after reverse it looks like this. So then let's begin with mixing the silicon. Afterwards we put the silicon in a surgery and fill it into the hot end. Be careful and a little bit slower while filling to ensure that there's no air inside the silicon mold. So it takes some seconds until the silicon poops out of the top, and then we will finish it. Yes, right now it's fulfilled. For drying, we put the mold into our Voron, and then let's modify the hot end. First we cut off some metal of one side, therefore we need a knife as a helper, and afterwards it looks like this. Then we sanded the cutted place, and the heater is now completely laying over. Let's begin with the bending of the clip. Be careful of bending and put the helper tools like this exactly in the image to bend it out exactly at the edge, and then the other side, grab it exactly at the edge, bend it, and be really careful, otherwise the clip will broken. So it's completely linear, and then let's rebend it. Grab it like this and bend it a little bit, and then put some tool, some screwdriver, and bend it completely to 90 degree. It takes some time, it's not the easiest way. We tried it with some helper tools, but it didn't work really good, so you have to do it manually and be really careful. So the helper tool also is there to ensure that the clip is completely matching with the two hot ends, two plates, heater plates. Put some thermal grease on the sides for assembly, and then let's put the clips, the heaters on it, or let's begin with the thermistor. Put it in, be careful while bending because the cables are not so big. Put the heater plates on it. They're directly on the opposite side, and then fix the clip on it. So ensure that the bended side is first on the first heater plate, and then put it on the other side. Then push the clip completely to it. Yes, it's some tricky position, and if you have finished it looks like this. Then we remove the nozzle, the original nozzle, and then grab the Volcano nozzle, put 2 nuts on it. Best they're Cooper, completely made out of pure Cooper. Otherwise you can also use some normal M6 nuts. Then screw the nozzle in the hot end, in the melting zone. Yes, fix it. First we fix the nozzle, or we tighten the nozzle, and then the M6 screws. Here also be careful, otherwise if you put there enough force it will break the nozzle. So, and that's the way that's looking. Then we bend over the two wires of one heater plate that is on the back side of the hot end, that every cable comes out of the silicon sock at the same side, at the back side, so there's that the front side is shielded of the fan, of the cooling fan. It's also some tricky, a little bit fidget. And afterwards we put out the silicon mold. We put an angle into the wings, then we pushed out the inner part, and then you can remove the silicon sock softly by pushing some screwdriver at the side. Before we are going to put on the sock, we have to cut some pieces of the silicon sock. First we cut off the injection nipples. Then we cut off the top molding form overlays. And then we have to cut off a 5 to 5 millimeter piece of the backside for the cables and the temperature sensor. Be careful with the direction, and then we cut off afterwards the sides a little bit. We make one cut of every side that the silicon fits over the heat break. And then we push the silicon salt over the hot end. So while pushing the sock on the hot end, be careful because the clip can also be pushed upwards, and some heater elements are not completely isolated, so be careful that there is no shortened circuit. So that's it. So to fit in the hot end completely, we also have to cut off some pieces at the top of the sock. The sock is fitting between the cooling side and the heatsink of the and the top and the heat break. So the other side, cutting off a little piece. Yes. Then we have to put it completely on the top, that it is sitting perfectly. This also takes some time. And here we go. So it's fully assembled. Yeah, my hands are a little bit dirty, but no worries. And then we can put the hot end into the printer afterwards. So before putting the hot end into the printer, assemble it correctly to our provided Bambu Lab Hotend mod for the Voron. Then also recalibrate the set offset, the set position of the set probe, and do afterwards some tests. Have fun!